Hi, this is Paul from Rick Jones Pianos, and I should probably start by introducing the music itself. The first was a piece by the Danish composer Carl Nielsen. It's one of his humoresque bagatelles. It's a piece that's new to me. In fact, I just read through it for the first time just before this video. I thought it showed off the purity of the tone of this piano, because it has relatively few notes. And you can really appreciate what this piano sounds like without being complicated by clusters of notes and lots of pedal and things like that. So I thought it was a nice, simple way to introduce the wonderful instrument that I'm sitting at. This is a Bösendorfer Model 225. It's a piano that we just acquired in the, what is it now, 38 years that this business has been here, since 1983. This is only the fourth Bösendorfer that we've ever had. I don't know exactly why that is, but I have a suspicion that it's because this is sort of the ultimate piano for a lot of people. In other words, when people are lucky enough to own such an instrument, they don't part with them easily. Usually they keep them for life, and very often pass them on to their children, if they have any, rather than selling them to a piano store. So in other words, we don't see a lot of used Bösendorfers. I don't suspect there's a lot of them floating around the world, in fact. So we're very lucky to have this instrument. I'm very lucky to be sitting here playing it, and those of you watching this, if you happen to be the next owner of this piano, should also consider yourselves lucky. This is a magnificent instrument. It's 7 feet 4 inches long, so it's roughly the same size as a Yamaha C7. But unlike a Yamaha C7, as is Bösendorfer's way, they have included some extra notes at the bass. So the typical piano ends with the low A right here. Bösendorfer actually goes down lower, and I'm playing these as octaves, because if you play them as individual notes, they don't sound like a lot, but if you play them as octaves, anyway, you might never use them. In fact, you'll notice that they're a different color. The reason they do that is because pianists develop a sort of sense of spatial orientation. They're used to this low A being the last note on the piano. So if they glance out of the corner of their eye in the heat of a virtuoso piece and they don't see the cheek block where they're used to seeing it, it could possibly throw them off. So they actually make the extra notes in the bass a different color. They have a black key tops here, so they look different to the eye. As I said, you might never use them, but an interesting thing happens. When the low A on a conventional piano is the last note on the piano, it's also the last string at the far end of the bass bridge. It kind of has an end-of-the-line kind of sound on a lot of pianos, unless it's a really nice, large Steinway or Yamaha or something like that. An interesting thing happens on Bösendorfers when they add the extra notes in the bass, is that the low A doesn't sound like the last note on the piano anymore. I'm not quite sure if it's in my imagination, but I have spoken to other pianists about this, and they notice it as well. They notice that the low A on large Bösendorfer grands like this they sound as if the bass goes on for a while below that, which it does. So anyway, it's a very, very satisfying sounding bass, one of the most satisfying basses you will ever hear on any grand piano made in the world today. Which is not to say anything against other very fine, high-end premium pianos like Steinways and Steingrabers and Bechsteins and so forth. They're all wonderful, magnificent in their own way. But nothing quite sounds exactly like a Bösendorfer. They have their own unique sound. It's something that is recognizable through headphones, or rather I should say that it's recognizable on recordings. If you're listening to a recording of a Bösendorfer and you've spent enough time listening to recordings, you will know what it is without being told. You'll know just by the sound coming through the recording. And you know it as well when you're seated at the piano playing it. You know right away that you're not playing a Steinway, you're not playing a Yamaha, you're playing something uniquely different. It's hard to believe, but some people, Bösendorfer has their detractors, just like every other high-end piano maker. Steinway has their detractors. No matter how great a piano maker is, there are going to be some people who don't enjoy their pianos. But for people who do, the Bösendorfer is sort of the ultimate piano. It's the piano that you dream of, that you aspire to own someday if you're lucky enough. Well, if you have deep pockets, and you were shopping for a new Bösendorfer Model 225 today, the current price, or I should say as of 2020, the current price is $193,999. For all intents and purposes, $194,000. We're asking less than half of the price of a new piano, or a new Bösendorfer 225, for this piano. Less than $100,000, or I should say $100,000 less than what a new one would cost. This piano, and I don't say this lightly, I don't like to throw around lofty terminology if it doesn't apply. I rarely say that pianos are like new, although many of the ones we sell are like new. But this piano really is like new. It looks as if it's never been touched by human hands before. I've been in the piano business for over 30 years, and if you told me that this was a brand new Bösendorfer 225 right out of the factory, I would believe you. That's how good it looks, and that's how good it plays. It's really quite something. I can't overstate that. And if you don't have sufficiently deep pockets to buy a brand new Bösendorfer 225, then you couldn't do any better than to grab this piano. All of the pianos we sell have a 10-year warranty on all parts and labor, just like a brand new piano. feel silly for even mentioning this, but it does have a lifetime upgrade guarantee as well. All of our pianos have a lifetime upgrade guarantee, meaning that you can trade the piano back for what you originally paid for it in order to trade up to a piano that costs more than your trade-in. However, if you are the lucky new owner of this piano, I can promise you, you're never going to trade it in. And there's really not much you could trade up to anyway. But I thought I would mention it because it is a standard policy at the store and something that does not exist in the world of new pianos. So, what else can I say about this piano? Other than stop what you're doing and come in and try it if you can. We are here 7 days a week. You can call us and make an appointment at 301-345-5425. We do require appointments at this time. This piano is tucked away in a room in the back of the store where the doors can be closed and you can be separated from the rest of the store. So it's conducive to having some quiet, intimate time with this instrument, which anyone seriously considering this piano is going to want to have. I can't think of anything else to say that I haven't already said. You definitely should come in and try this piano if this is the kind of piano you're looking for. It's really quite something. So anyway, I'm going to start repeating myself if I don't close out this video right now. So please do give us a call to make an appointment to come in and try it if you can. You can also email us at rickjonespianos@gmail.com. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can add this piano to the shopping cart on our website and buy it securely with any major credit card or PayPal.